Imagine a world where sunlight has never existed. A world where darkness isn't just the background, it's the entire reality. Down there, below the reach of human eyes and far beyond the reach of human understanding, something strange is happening. Something impossible. Something nature perfected long before we learned what light even was. And it all begins with a creature most people will never hear about, the deep-sea whitefish. Now pause for a second and imagine this, seeing in pure blackness, not dimly, not vaguely, but sharp, detailed vision in a place where light doesn't exist. Sounds impossible, right? But to the deep-sea whitefish, this is normal life. And this is where the story starts to get weird, because the more we study these whitefish, the more we realize their eyes don't just work differently from ours, they work in ways that shouldn't be possible at all. Stay with me, because the deeper we go, the stranger it gets. Humans are built for daylight. We rely on rods and cones, basic receptors that fall apart the moment light disappears. But deep-sea life doesn't play by our rules. Down there, evolution bends biology like clay. It sculpts creatures into shapes, senses, and systems that look more like science fiction than science. And among these strange inventions, the whitefish's eye stands alone. It is built for a world we cannot imagine, a world where vision must work without photons, without color, without warmth. Already unusual, right? But here, where it gets unbelievable. Scientists discovered that these fish don't see light the way we do. Instead, they detect the faintest glimmers of bioluminescence, the ghostly blue flashes made by other deep-sea creatures, and amplify them far beyond what their environment should allow. Imagine hearing a whisper from miles away. Imagine feeling a vibration smaller than a heartbeat. That's what their vision does with light. It takes the impossible and makes it usable. And here's the twist that hits you like a shock. This isn't just biology. It's engineering, perfected, optimized, efficient in a way humans can barely understand. And that's where the story opens up, because the whitefish's eyes don't just challenge human science, they expose how little we really know about perception. Now think about the environment these fish live in. The crushing pressure, the freezing temperatures, the endless black. It's the worst possible place for an eye to evolve, yet somehow, evolution turned it into a laboratory of miracles. Imagine the ocean swallowing all sound, all heat, all light, until your world shrinks to the size of your own heartbeat. You would expect life to fade away. But instead, down there, life becomes sharper, stronger, more tuned to survival than anything on land. And the whitefish is the perfect example. If human vision is a camera, deep-sea whitefish vision is a satellite dish pointed straight into the unknown. Their eyes are oversized compared to their bodies. Their retinas are packed with rod cells stacked like layers of living mirrors. These rods don't just capture light, they trap it, bounce it, reuse it, recycle it. Every photon matters. Every glimmer becomes valuable. Every flicker becomes information. You feel the strangeness growing, right? Because what these eyes do is more than see, they interpret darkness itself. And that's where scientists stopped and asked the question, how? Because even with perfect adaptation, there simply isn't enough light in the deep ocean for normal eyes to function. You could wait 1,000,000 years and still, your human eyes would see nothing. But these fish see everything they need to survive. This is where the story shifts from biology into mystery. Researchers discovered that the deep-sea whitefish retina contains something previously unknown: supercharged photoreceptors that behave more like quantum amplifiers than biological tissue. These receptors boost tiny light signals to levels that seem to break the rules. And when scientists measured how much light the fish needed to detect movement, the results didn't make sense. The fish could respond to signals so weak, humans would need advanced instruments to detect them. Nature created a biological night vision device long before night vision even existed. Think about that. But the deeper scientists dug, the stranger the data became. Some studies suggested that the whitefish might not be seeing bioluminescent sparks at all. They might be detecting chemical cues or electrical signals tied to those flashes, giving them an extra sensory dimension humans don't possess. Imagine not having one sense for vision but two, one for light and one for the invisible echoes that accompany it. It's like seeing the world's outline, even when no light is available. That idea alone bends your mind. Then another discovery dropped: retinal pigments that shift sensitivity dynamically. These pigments move, rearrange, and adjust themselves to absorb whatever wavelengths are available. It's like having built-in image enhancement software, constantly updating to match the environment. Human eyes can't do that. Mammals can't do that. Even most deep-sea creatures can't do that. The whitefish can. And here, where your curiosity builds again, because even with all these discoveries, scientists still admit something shocking. They don't fully understand how these eyes work. They can measure the reactions, they can map the cells, they can attempt simulations, but the exact mechanism, the true secret behind the whitefish's extreme vision, remains unknown. It's a biological riddle unsolved, a puzzle sitting 5 kilometers under the ocean, daring us to figure it out. In every direction, nature seems to whisper, "You're not ready yet." So why does this matter? Because every time humans face a mystery like this, something big follows. Just think: bats-inspired sonar, kingfishers shaped bullet trains, geckos changed robotics. What happens when scientists finally decode how a creature sees without light? What kind of tech could that unlock? Imagine cameras that work in total darkness without electricity. Imagine search and rescue tech that can detect movement through zero visibility. Imagine underwater drones that navigate by sensing flickers too faint for any machine. These aren't theories. These are the direct possibilities researchers are exploring right now, inspired by the deep-sea whitefish. And here's the emotional twist. These fish don't know they're special. They don't know their eyes break the rules. They don't know they've become symbols of nature's genius. They're just surviving in a place humans can barely reach, doing what nature shaped them to do. And yet, in their quiet existence, they hold insights that could reshape technology, science, and how we understand the senses. Imagine this scene: a single whitefish drifting through black water, no eyes watching, no sun glowing, just the faint shimmer of a distant creature and the whitefish turning toward it, perfectly aware, perfectly adapted. That single moment captures everything: the beauty, the mystery, the power of evolution. Humans build devices, tools, machines. Nature builds miracles. You can almost feel the story reaching its peak. Because now the question is, how do they see? The real question, the one that lingers, is this: if a fish can see in total darkness, what else is nature doing that we haven't discovered yet? How many abilities are hidden in the world's deepest, darkest corners? How many creatures are showing us ideas far beyond human imagination? Every time we uncover something like this, it changes us. It expands the way we think. It humbles us. It reminds us that the world is far bigger, far stranger, and far smarter than we assume. And as long as mysteries like the deep-sea whitefish exist, humanity will always have something to chase, something to learn from. People often say humans are at the top of the intelligence ladder, but the deep ocean tells a different story. Down there, intelligence looks like survival. Innovation looks like adaptation. Technology looks like biology. And vision becomes something entirely new. This is why your curiosity keeps pulling you deeper, because this story isn't just about a fish. It's about the boundaries of perception. It's about the edges of human understanding. It's about the places where science meets wonder. And that's exactly why we explore. That's exactly why we ask questions. That's exactly why we keep pushing into the unknown. The deep-sea whitefish doesn't just defy darkness. It defies expectations. It defies limitations. It defies us. And if we're willing to learn from it, even for a moment, it might just change the way we see the world and the way we build our future.